Well, for those of you that were really, really excited for Halo Infinite this coming up holiday season, I've actually got some bad news and some good news for those of you that have been waiting for this long upcoming game on the next generation of consoles. Let's get this video started. So it has actually been officially confirmed from 343 Industries that Halo Infinite will be getting pushed back as a delay until further notice until early 2021. And there's actually some bad evidence to this, and there's actually some good evidence to this. The bad evidence is that this was supposed to be a launch title for the Xbox Series X, and it was supposed to be the biggest game as a launch title, especially on the Xbox side of things. And this is Xbox's biggest exclusive franchises, and this is actually was actually supposed to be the exclusive game that was actually going to basically help get people to buy a Series X. Now, I personally am buying a PS5 and a Series X no matter what, even if they did not have launch exclusives or if the exclusives are going to be also on the current generation of consoles, the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. But at the same time, no matter what goes on, I will still get an Xbox Series X and a PlayStation 5 day one at launch. But Halo Infinite was supposed to be the biggest title that is supposed to help people get a Xbox Series X. It's one of the big reasons of for people, getting people involved up to getting an Xbox Series X. But that is the bad evidence of this subject. Now, on the good evidence side of things of this subject, is that when Microsoft showed off the game at the July event on July 23rd, just about a couple weeks ago, the gameplay actually looked really, really fine, and everybody was really, really excited. It looks like back then from the old school Halo games, from like Halo 1 all the way to Halo 3 and possibly even Reach. And there's no doubt in my mind that Halo looks like it's going to be a blast. Like, it looks way better in gameplay style than, say, like Halo 4 and Halo 5 Guardians, even though Halo 5, not really a lot of people really liked it, and the same thing with 4. But I personally really did like 4. I thought 4 was like way better than Halo 5 Guardians anyway. But on the good side of things, and the one of the bad things about the game when Microsoft showed it off was the graphics. The graphics literally looked like a launch current generation game from 2013. Like games like Halo 5 Guardians on the original Xbox One, and especially Red Dead Redemption 2 also on the launch Xbox One, not the Xbox One S, and not the Xbox One X, and not the PlayStation 4 PlayStation 4 Pro, but just the original launch VCR model Xbox One without HDR, and the game's just playing at a pretty much standard high definition at 900p. And those games still looked better on the launch Xbox One than what Halo Infinite actually looks on the Xbox Series X. But on another good flip side of things on this subject, they have actually came out and they have stated that this is its early, it's a demo that's like in the early days of still of its development. And so with it getting pushed back a little bit more to early 2021, honestly I really kind of like that. But the bad thing, like I mentioned, is that this is a game that was supposed to help sell the Xbox Series X. It's supposed to come out at launch, and even though it's coming to the Xbox One, there's actually a lot of people who are really willing to basically upgrade to the Series X at day one and wants the best experience of Halo Infinite. And I personally am one of them that actually have been. But I would much rather get the console and get the game a few months later or however long that the delay is going to be and actually make it look like the performance is actually pretty dang stable of whatever, and actually make the graphics look like that they are supposed to look on the Series X. So that's personally my opinion. I know not a lot of people really like that, but I would much rather have a launch game that is especially the biggest, launch game ever get a delay, just so that way, it could get better as performance and actually look like it's supposed to be for that current generation, or that next generation game, I should say. But I'm still going to be getting it for my Xbox One X and all that, and I'm going to check it out on there. But like the Xbox Series X, I'm really getting it, like I said, no matter what, even if it doesn't have no launch exclusives at all whatsoever, and even with the same thing with the PlayStation 5. But as of today, 343 Industries has actually confirmed that Halo Infinite will be getting a delay to sometime probably in the early of 2021. And like I mentioned, I'd much rather have a big launch game get pushed back and I get the system and get the game when it's ready, and as long as it actually works better and it actually looks like a next generation game and plays really smooth, I would much rather have that than actually, have the game and it be crappy just to basically make me buy a next generation console, which I know a lot of people have different opinions on that, and I'm sure that a lot of you out there are probably also on my side and, wants to, wait for the game to be actually in a much better place than what it was at the Xbox event a couple weeks ago. But let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comment section down below. Hit a like if you enjoy this content, and subscribe for those of you that are new. And like I said, send me down in the comment section down below of your thoughts with 343 Industries delaying Halo Infinite so it can actually be a much better game for when it's ready to launch. That does it for me. Infernal Shard 1 for the win. Signing out. So I will catch you guys all later in the next video. So peace out. Hope everyone's having a great day. Peace.